Welcome to our Riverside Rams boys basketball virtual parent meeting. We're going to provide you with some overviews and information. Our theme for the year is brotherhood. We want to be great teammates and support each other on and off the court. I am Michael Kaczynski, and I'm the head boys basketball coach at Riverside High School. As you can see, I have a very qualified staff that I'm very pleased to have. Coach Shockley comes to us from Longwood University and also works as a trainer. Coach Pittenger has been with me at Parkview as a player and works really hard behind the scenes. Really appreciative to have Coach Daryl Branch, who brings decades of experience to our JV team, and Aaron Summers, who's a wonderful teacher and really good with the young student athletes on the freshman team. And then we have Coach Diggs, who helps out as our character coach. And we're really appreciative of all of their efforts. We work about 11 months of the year, and I know that our stipend doesn't cover all of that, but I'm really appreciative of their time that they take away from their families and the support they give our student athletes. They just want the best for everyone and for the program. Since the first day of this basketball program, we have highlighted 5 core values that we want to hold up as our standard. So we're starting to get away from individual team rules and to look at these 5 areas that we emphasize with our teams. Being a great competitor, being a great teammate, being accountable to each other, doing everything in an honorable way in the classroom, on the court, and off the court as well. Just having an attitude of gratitude, being thankful in every situation and circumstance, especially this year. We are obviously continuing to operate in very uncharted waters here when it comes to high school sports and life in general with COVID. Basically, I scrapped this year's team rules. LCPS rules still apply, but I wanted the kids to understand a general awareness how their decisions, their hygiene impact everyone else on the team and our families as well, both the coaches' families and your families too. So every decision that they make on or off the court, just to be careful and be mindful that it does impact other people. We're very appreciative that we get to play, and we want to make sure that we're safe while we do that. The boys have been really good about bringing in clean clothes every day, about bringing in water, wearing masks, and mitigating, and we need that to continue. We are finding different ways to do things this year. During the 2 snow days, we did have 2 virtual practices in which we did have workouts, ball handling skills, which I'm sure you heard in your house. We also covered mindset and work ethic, and we're using Kobe Bryant as an example. So this is some of the material that we shared with the team. Also, we explained to the boys that everything we do, every decision we make is through a team first lens, what's best for the team when it comes to roles, when it comes to what the team needs. And everyone needs to be an energy giver at all times in practice, at games, in every single situation. We want to bring energy. We want to be enthusiastic. We want to encourage. And we also want to work on executing plays so we're ready in pressure situations. But everything we do is through that team first lens. Now we're going to cover some traditional topics for the parent meeting. Any program question, planning, decisions, long-term, be it summer program, off-season program, any item like that goes through me. I'm responsible for everything. If it gets to the athletic director, if it gets to an assistant, everything's going to be kicked back to me. So if it's a big question of that and a program thing, just please direct that to me. In season, it might take me a little longer to respond. If it's something specifically related to the JV or the freshman team, please contact those coaches directly. Okay, the topic of playing time. This is strictly a coach's decision and 100% under the head coach's purview of that team. Factors that go into playing time: team needs, player roles, opponent and game scout, game situation, player strengths, past performance, confidence earned of the coach. We encourage direct player-coach communication on roles. Playing time is earned. We have different types of roles. We have rotations, obviously starters, rotation players. Then we have, I don't know, maybe we have some kids that fit in that category that varies by the game. And then we have players who are still developing. And that's something that the coach and the players need to work with. Obviously, at the JV and the freshman, we're encouraging to get more players time. The varsity, we're looking at consistency, performance to win games. Attendance. LCPS allows 3 unexcused practices, but any absence will result in some sort of impact on playing time. If you hit 4 unexcused, then they have automatic dismissal from the team at that time. So please be mindful and careful with family vacations. I know it's tough, particularly this year, but those do impact. We give a little grace with that as best we can, but normally on the 4th absence, players are dismissed from the team. We do encourage players to own their communication, to communicate directly with you, all of the responsibilities, times, schedules. We also have Team Snap to back up the players with that. And we also ask them to communicate directly with the coach. If there's a concern and you need to talk to the coach, please give a 24-hour period after a game and reach out to that coach directly. We do request that the player is in attendance at a meeting if we need to do that, or if it's something of an informational nature, please do reach out. We are very mindful of the backdrop in which we're playing this year. And I think the staff is really going hard to provide as many opportunities for kids to develop. It is a very short timeline here this year. We do have our daily COVID modifications and screening, as you can see, for games and the seating with the NFHS network and everything. The kids have been great with the ATS system and the masks. We do have assigned staggered bus seating because that's something you don't get to see. I wanted to point that out. The cleaning protocols at Riverside are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I've seen them myself, and things are double, triple cleaned. It's really great what they're doing, and a lot of hard work going into that. We do have assigned game seating on the bench, and then any return to play decisions. Hopefully we don't get to go through that, but it comes to any injury. But if any COVID type situation comes up, that goes through the LCPS athletic training department. They work with our trainers at Riverside, but also on the district level as well. We do have team photos at 1 p.m. on January 11th. We ask that the players come in uniform for that. As I'm recording this, I realize that the Google slideshow, you can't access and click right there. So I will share these slides as well, so you can click for the LCPS concussion protocols and references to the athletic rules and the handbook for athletics. Also, the VHSL has a statement: steroids and supplements are banned. They're not a part of high school sports, and that's in accordance with the Code of Virginia. And this is a topic we've been required to address. All team communication goes through our Team Snap account. Schedules are there, and there are also email features and message features on there. We do have group texts that we put out, but we pretty much are relying on Team Snap this year. Schedules are also on riversiderams.net. We have our Instagram and our Twitter sites, RHS_Rams Hoops. We do get some game day video and some footage out there as best we can to supplement what you see on the NFHS network. So in the past few years, we've used something called Huddle as our team video analysis tool, and the students normally have access to that. This year, we switched to something called VidSwap. That is something that Riverside and many schools in LCPS did as part of our switch to the NFHS network and the Pixelot cameras. You can see I included a picture of the Pixelot camera, and it's easy use on a device looking at video. If you do want to rewind anything, I have found that loading the app onto a tablet and then enlarging the screen to full size, it does have that 15-second rewind feature either way. I've noticed that my laptop does not do that. And we are grateful that it just coincided after 2 years of work getting the Pixel cameras put in and going through all the different hoops that LCPS had to bring in the NFHS network. It just happened to be a coincidence that it was ready during this COVID time. And then lastly, we're just thankful for every opportunity. I hope the season continues. I'm confident. Um, as we go forth, I see it as about a couple days or a week at a time as we go forward. And I want the kids to seize the moment. Carpe diem is what we say, to live in the moment, cherish the practice experience, the time together as a team, and just to be thankful for everything. Be thankful for the reps, the bus drivers, the custodians, the administration, both at the admin building, school board, here locally at Riverside, Mr. Oblas and Mr. Weirin, Mr. Treon, and the athletic staff and the trainers. There's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes and a lot of changes this year to make all this happen. So at the end of the day, we may be upset at a call, but we're just thankful with everything going on with COVID that we can provide this experience for your student athletes, and then we can be out there doing what we love together, even though times are a little different and strange. So thank you again for listening to this. I hope it answers some of your questions. Go Rams.